welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 248, and I didn't expect to have a video this week. In fact, last week I told you that it would be just a little compilation of some show and tell and family stuff. Well, it turns out my kids left a day early for a good reason, so I'll explain that in a minute. So our son and daughter-in-law and their 4 children came in last Saturday and have spent all week with us. Today's Friday, and they left this morning. They are home safely, but they originally were going to stay through Saturday. But my son, who has a degree in Bible, is actually preaching at a school all next week for their chapel time. So they left early so he would have a little bit more time to put that together and to be prepared for it. So it was for a good reason that they left, although we were sad to see them go. But we had a good time, and I did take some footage that I'm going to share with you guys. We have a couple of funny family stories, so I will get to that as well. But let's get started with what I have been working on this week. I believe I was partially finished this last week. And this is just a simple mitered square. It's 100% cotton from Hobby Yarns. And so this is part of a dishcloth set. And then this one, this goes with it. There we go. And then this is a C2C. So the 3 of these will go together as a set because this is composed of these 2 colors. So I have one completed set here, and then I have another completed set here. And then I started on another one. This is the second of this color that I've made. And this one I actually put some little yarn overs in. So this is the one, and then when works in progress, I am working on the crocheted dishcloths that go to that set. So that is my finished object. So now we'll get started with the works in progress. Now what I'm making, all of this is for the craft fair that Kim and I are doing together October 16th. So we are going to be at Camp Eater, which is outside Fairfield, Pennsylvania. So if you live in the area and you want to stop by and say hello, yeah, Kim and I will be there. We're going to have a vending stand together as crafters. So this is, that's a knot right there. I was about to say, it looked like I had a hole there at first. This is like a super textured yarn. And I don't remember what this is. I showed it last week in my acquisitions. The label has since fallen off, but as you can see, it's all different textures. And this brown is like really, really fuzzy. It's almost like a chenille. It's really soft. And then you have like an eyelash yarn and then a loose plied here. So I have 2 skeins of the purple and I have a skein of the blue as well. So this is going to be a cowl, and then if I have extra, I will make a hat to match. So it's knitting up very, very soft, and it's actually striping. Who knew, looking at this, that it would stripe. And the needles I am using are the size that is recommended, which I believe is a US 11. I looked to see if it says it on the cord, but I didn't see it anywhere. I think these are US 11s though. So yeah, so I've been working on that. And then I am, this little bag from Susie Pop's Creation. She has an Etsy shop, and I use this bag all the time because it's a perfect size for socks. But right now it's the perfect size for dishcloths. And yes, Cricket is drinking out of her bowl again. And apparently she hit bottom and is letting me know that she hit bottom. If you hear the banging, that's her way of telling me that she wants more water. So this is more of that Trinity stitch. And this one you can see is solid colored. I am holding 2 strands together because the yarn itself is about a sock weight. So I'm holding it together to get a little bit closer. It's still not quite worsted weight, but it's close. But I didn't have any cotton that kind of went with this to do it in 2 colors, so I'm just doing these in the kind of a salmon color. So I will be making this one, and then I'll be making a C2C dishcloth as well to go with that. And then lastly, I have the shawl that I have been working on, and it honestly doesn't look like I have gotten very far. Of course, I'm right in the middle of a row because the rows are over 400 stitches at this point. It's a very long but extremely narrow shawl. Finished is supposed to be 14 inches. I'm doing the edging right now, so I don't know if mine's even gonna get 14 inches. Hopefully when I block it out, it'll get a little bit bigger. But the edging that I have done, it's kind of a lacy looking edge, and here you can see it. Let me put something behind here so it'll focus a little bit better. There, you can see it. So this is the bottom. So I'm actually holding it upside down right now. But there you can see it's kind of a lacy, kind of looks like a leaf when it's finished. So yeah, this is all I have left of the first skein, and I do have a second skein, and the last row is gonna have some beading on it that's pink. So this particular yarn is called Painted Desert, and the colorway is Angelic, but to be honest, it's baby colors. I thought it was more powdery pink when I got this because some of these deeper colors, like the blues and stuff, were kind of inside the skein. But anyway, that is the Begonia Swirl shawl. It is a free pattern by Carfield Ma. It does come in quite a few languages, and you can get it in charted or written form. So that's what I've been working on, but before my kids and grandkids came in, Kim and I met one night to talk about our craft fair and what we were going to be making, and just to spend time chatting. So, but neither of us were video worthy at the point. It was hot and sweaty, and neither of us had makeup on, and yeah, we decided we were not going to video that, but we would stick in pictures of what we are working on. So I was actually working on the little fuzzy cowl. And Kim is making little like snuggies that go around large mugs. So like a little cozy or a coaster for the larger like soup mugs. So that's what we've been working on this week. What have you all been working on? Now, before I run our little family time video showing everything that's been going on this week, I thought I'd tell you a couple of funny stories. My one little grandson, who's 4, is very, very vocal. I mean, speaks very clearly, and he speaks a lot. He talks a lot. He reminds me very much of his daddy. So he was sitting at the table yesterday morning while I was making breakfast, and I said, do you like pancakes? Because that was I was making. He goes, yep, but not yours. I like my mommy's. I was like, well, that's how it should be, but I was trying not to laugh. It's like, he doesn't like my pancakes. Those of you who know my cooking skills can like totally identify with that. They weren't the greatest, but they were edible. Nobody got sick, which is always a good sign. So then we were over at my brother's house because he has a pizza oven that he has installed on the back of his patio. So all of us went over for a pizza party and to disperse the tools that were left over from my parents' house when they moved and downsized. So we were all over there making pizza, and the one grandson, who's 8 years old, kept staring at my dad. My mom and dad were sitting together on the sofa, and he kept looking at him, and finally he kind of leaned over to my mom and kept staring at my dad, and then finally he pointed at him. He goes, is he the one that died? And my mother she about cracked up laughing, and then it dawned on her what he was thinking of. My grandchildren are very blessed that 3 of their great-grandparents are still living. There was 4 of them. My father-in-law passed away about 1.5 years ago. And that's who he was wondering, he lost track of which one of the great-grandfathers had passed away. So he was asking my mom if that was the one that had died, and Mom's like, no, he's very much alive. But it took her a while to figure out what it was, and when she told us, the rest of us were cracking up laughing. It was like, nope, he's alive and sitting on the sofa. So I don't know what he thought. I guess he thought he wasn't supposed to be there or something. I don't know, but it was just cute. So with that, I am going to run the family footage, and you'll see some of Dave and I retiling our bathroom. We put down peel and stick tile in there. So you'll see us tearing up the old floor, putting down the new, and us making pizzas together. So I'm gonna roll that footage. I do not normally have a toilet brush in my living room. And there's a pile of trash with more to come. Here's the room we are redoing. Now, originally this had white vinyl tile on it, and it yellowed over time, so I actually did this floor myself, which from this distance doesn't look bad. But when you get up close, you can see that the tile slid and the adhesive is coming up in between the cracks. Like right there. It's really bad right there. So now we're having to pull up 2 layers of vinyl to get down to the original floor. And yes, those are little kid spongy puzzle things. We're actually laying them on the floor, and then Dave is kneeling on top of those, and those are his tools there. And then we've got a heat gun over here because I run the heat gun and then he scrapes so that we can get the white stuff up off the floor. And the white stuff is the leftover backing from the original floor and some of the adhesive. So we've got all of this to finish and the new floor to put down before our son arrives Saturday evening. Today's Monday. Yeah, that was one entire day's worth of work just to do that little section. So we got our work cut out for us, so I'll keep you posted on the progress. Here we are partway through Dave's been doing a lot. And he's been kneeling on the duck puzzles. He's over there laughing right now, taking a break. And my job is to run the heat gun and sweep up. So that's where we are right now after about 3.5 more hours. Oh, I just stepped on something. There's Dave, taking a well-deserved break. Dave has been busy today. He got all of the tile removed. This dark line that runs across there, oops, there's my camera. This dark line that runs across here is actually some kind of joint compound or something they put across the seam with the plywood, because it's a plywood subfloor. So the next step is to put the tile down. So I'll show you what the tile is going to look like. This is what the tile looks like. It's just a fake peel and stick marble, like gray and white marble. So that's what's going to be going down in there. There is Dave. The floor is mostly down except for all the stuff on top of it. I'm getting ready to clean that up. Dave's finishing up. I did like around the toilet and around the sink, cutting those and along the door and here some of the weird cuts. So now he's finishing up with doing another weird cut. Yeah. And here's the mess we've got. These are these little ducky pads that they're puzzles, but we're using them for knee pads. And yeah, everything's kind of a mess. And there's Cricket. There she is. And here is the finished floor. We still have to finish up some caulking, but there it is. Hello. So there is my brother Dwayne. Explain what you're doing.
I'm sweeping.
Because you don't want ash on your pizza.
Sweeping the coals out of the way so we don't have burnt spots and ashes on the pizza.
And my brother built this whole, all the grandchildren are shifting. Yes. He built this whole patio thing. So, and this is his pizza oven, and it's raining, so we're actually under the tent. But the tent is not close to the oven, which is a good thing.
No, it's not warm. I was just checking.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's warm.
So we have a grandson making pizza. I won't show you. I'm just going to. So here we have all of our toppings. We got dough and green pepper, onions, mushrooms, pepperoni, sausage, bacon, sauce, black olives, and cheese.
Don't run off.
And there is the pizza in the oven.
Pizza number one. Getting the water off.
Number two should probably start making theirs, right?
Yep. This won't take that long at all.
It actually feels, this sounds crazy, it's August, but this kind of feels good. The heat, yes, feels kind of good.
I'm over here burning up.
Burning the hair off your arms?
Burning the hair off my arms, yes. It curls up.
Burning the hair off your chest?
No, there isn't any there.
Want to burn the hair off your lip?
Then I look like I'm 12.
Nah.
Uncle Dwayne, is it a full roll of dough?
Like
I believe, yes, they were doing a full one. You don't have to if you don't want it. If you want it thinner, you can roll it thinner and use less.
Or a thin bun?
Put some cornmeal down first.
Do we have to make dough and pizza?
we have to make our own pizzas. These are your grandchildren.
I know.
Do we have to?
I would be loving to make, I'm going to enjoy making my own pizza. I'm going to be rolling it thinner than that, I think.
Yeah, I like it thin.
I do too.
Oh, it's like a hole.
All right, which one was that? She ran off.
That was Micah.
Where'd Micah go?
Okay, here comes the pizza.
Yeah. Gotta keep the metal from hitting me because that part's really hot. Got it?
Uh-huh. There we go. There is pizza number 1.
Who's up? I got an empty oven.
Now in acquisitions, I got another knit crate this past week, and if you missed that video, you can click the link right here and see it in its entirety. But I'm going to stick a clip of it in because right now the yarn is upstairs and I haven't even gotten up there to clean today. The kids left and we took off for the grocery store and we just got home a little bit ago. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to insert a little bit of footage so you can see what the yarn was that I got from Knit Crate. So the first one is this, and it's showing pretty true to color. And this yarn is Euro yarn, or Euro yarn. And it is called Wired. No, that's the color. Okay, the color is called Wired. I can understand, it's like highlighter pink. There you go. And it's plied with black. It is 40% Hayakea. Yeah. It is 40% Huyakea alpaca. I think I pronounced that right. I'm not sure. Hayakea, Huakea. Yeah, it's that. 40%. And then it's 30% wool and 30% Surrey alpaca. So it's 2 different types of alpaca that are mixed with this, as well as 30% wool. It is a worsted weight. Yeah, I guess it's I would say it's worsted. It's a heavier worsted. 150 yards or 137 meters per skein. So there's 2 skeins. So we have a total of 300 yards of this color. So that's number 1. Then we have number 2. I haven't decided which one I prefer. I know which one I lean more towards. Wait till I show you the second one. You tell me down in the comments box which one you like better. Here's the other one. And this is kind of a jade green mixed with the black. So there you can see it. And you can see those white strands that are kind of in there. That's not my hair, that is alpaca. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it. I think if I had to pick one of the colors over the other, I probably lean more towards the pink. So I don't know. I'm not real sure what I'm going to do with that. They're not really my color. Who knows? They might show up doing something later on. I don't know. But anyway, that was what I got from my acquisitions. And then I did a little shopping. If you saw some of the little sales videos that came through this week, there was some really good Lion Brand sales. And yeah, Katrina did a little bit of shopping. Actually, if you remember, Kim and I both got mystery boxes a while back. We got mystery boxes again. So we are going to, when they both come in, we're going to get together and unbox them because it was a lot of fun to open them together and see what each other got. So we're going to do that, but I also bought some other stuff while I was at it. So that will be a video whenever it comes in. We will put that together to check it out. So I also have some other exciting news. The shawl that I designed is now available over on Lovecrafts, and I'll show it up close of it. So there it is. Now I ask you all to help me with the name, and there was a lot of really good names, but there was one that stood out. So The person that I picked the name of the shawl from, that suggested the name, is Denise Hoffman. And so Denise, if you would contact me over at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com, I will send you a free copy of the shawl pattern. So anyway, thank you very much for your suggestion. So now, what is the name and why did I pick it? The name she came up with was Seasons of Change, which I really thought fitted very, very well, because, I mean, it is kind of fall colors, but it wasn't based on the colors. She chose that name and suggested it because I'm going through a lot of seasons of change right now. While I was designing that shawl, I am in the process of having bariatric surgery and future knee replacement. And so, yeah, so that's where she came up with the name, because of all the changes going on in my life while I was designing the shawl. So I kind of really liked the name. And then the model that is in the picture, and I will put in a picture of it's my granddaughter modeling it. She's going through her own season of change because my granddaughter just went off to college yesterday. So she is going to be a teacher. She wants to go into early childhood education. So she was taken over to school she's living away from home. I'm not going to see her till Christmas. But anyway, so she did the modeling for me since she was going through a season of change of her own. So it just really kind of all tied together. So Denise, thank you so much for that suggestion. And like I said, send me an email and I will send you a free copy of the pattern. The pattern is available over on Lovecrafts. And yeah, so that is exciting news. Now we have some upcoming videos. Knit Crate has come in again because, yeah, it was all backed up for a while. So we've had like June finally came in, and then July was last week. August came in on time. So yes, So August Knit Crate video will be our Wednesday video. And my son and daughter-in-law packed up my Clavinova, which is like an electric piano. It's like a fancy keyboard with legs, so it's a full-sized piano. They actually were able to stuff it in the back of their Suburban. I think that I told them don't drag the back of the truck as they go over the mountains to go home to Ohio, because the thing is heavy to lift and everything. I could not believe they were able to stuff it in the back of the car. I mean, a Suburban, for those of you who don't live in the US or don't know what those, it's like a really, really big SUV. So they were able to stick it in the back. So I now have a bare space in my hobby room, which is downstairs. Dave and I kind of share craft areas down there. And so I bought a desk a while back. It's actually sitting right over here behind me on the floor. I have to put it together yet, and that's going to be a new sewing table, and it's got drawers and everything. So I'm excited about that. So that is going to go into the space where the piano was. So that's going to be an upcoming video too, is you watching me try to put this thing together. I'll probably have to have Dave help me, but we'll try as much as I can. I'll have to put it together, and then how I get it all organized and everything will be an upcoming video. So again, like I said, Wednesday's video is Knit Crate. And now it's time for... Now I have a small come and get it section this week because right now there's not that many sales going on. So Knit Picks in their clearance section, and I will put the link directly to take you right to what I'm talking about down below in the description box. They have yarn, it's called Sea Star. It is a 50-gram ball of yarn for $2.99. It's kind of a sea foam, it's almost this color. But it is a heavy worsted, and like I said, it is only $2.99. It is a 50-gram ball, so it's not as big, but yeah, it's only $2.99. So that's in their clearance section. And then Annie's Craft Store has a lot of yarn, and it's a lot of Lion brand yarn actually, as well as Premier yarn, and I don't remember what else I saw over there, but I did see Premier and a lot of Lion Brand over in their clearance section. For example, they had Lion Brand Dream Maker for $3.49. It was almost, not quite half price, but it was down quite a bit. They also had Lion Brand Side Dish. So yeah, they carry a lot of the Lion Brand and Premier yarns. So yeah, the link to that part of their website is also down below in the description box. So that is it for this week, and it was good to see you all, even though I didn't expect to. So surprise! So anyway, yeah, that's it for this week. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.